come and do the Giang loop with me. One of the best things you can do in the whole of Vietnam. The most in-depth look at the Giang loop on the internet. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Join me as we do a 5-day tour of Giang and Cao Bang. No filter, no sugarcoating, just the truth. Let's go! Day 4. Hot water wasn't working this morning. Oh. Big day today, guys. We're driving deep into Cao Bang. We're gonna see the Angel Eye Mountain, and we're riding about 200 kilometers. A lot of stops to do today. I'm excited, I'm gassed. Let's go for it. My hot water wasn't working this morning, but yeah, let me see if I can fix it or not. We're deep in the mountains, I told you. Today's breakfast is just noodles, eggs, and the coffee. So Doug used to own his own restaurant, so I just wanted to inspect his cooking skills.
I cook fried rice.
Used to be chef before. Day 4 of our adventure and day 1 of the Cao Bang loop. I'm excited today. We've got a big day planned ahead. We're going to go and see the Angel Eye Mountain, which is one of the main reasons that I did the Cao Bang loop in the first place. Let's go. First stop of the day, Khao Chuk Cha Mountain Pass. So it's a 15-turn pass up the mountain. Imagine Pham Ma Pass's bigger brother. And that's a good way to think about Cao Bang. Everything you see in Giang, but bigger and better. And that leads me on to today's topic. Cao Bang versus Giang. The differences, the pros, the cons of each. Which one should you do? Should you do both? I'm gonna explain it all in this video, don't worry guys. But before we do that, let's go and do the hike first and see what today has in store for us. Okay guys, first stop. Where are we, Duke?
No, it's a hiking.
What's the name of the area?
It's in here on Khao Cốc Cha.
What he said, we're hiking.
Yeah, hiking in. You can see the view of Khao Cốc Cha Pass.
Khao Cho
Cốc. Khao Cốc
Khao Ko
Cha.
Cha Pass. How's the walk up? Oh. So we're just doing a little hike to go and see the view. It is a looping road and it's actually the same road that we just drove up, guys. That was, yeah, it was a lot of loops and bends. Yeah, let's go hike up here. I forgot to mention, there is no other people here. So yeah, it's very cold. Obviously, we're high up in the mountains. The higher up you go, the colder it gets. You actually feel that when you drive up, it gets colder. When you go down, you can feel the warmth. These stairs are quite steep. Hopefully you can see. It's a bit hard to convey on video. It's just me and my guide, and he did not come up here with me, so I'm not sure how other tour groups work. But yeah, I had to come and do this myself. FYI. Ooh. Got to the top, guys.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Looks like this is the spot for the picture. That is the pass. That is literally what we drove up. So, yeah, look at that. That little wooden thing they built there. Don't know if I trust that, but we get close to it. I trust the rocks. I don't trust that little wooden thing they've built. I'll show you. That looks like a hazard. Yeah. That don't look safe, my friend.
A few moments later.
I left my stuff on this rock here. Hopefully it's still here. I have to check my wallet, make sure I ain't missing no dong. Hopefully nobody's took it. And if they have, I'm gonna have to come up here and show them who's boss. You understand me? Embarrassing!
I don't think I'm missing any though. Maybe. I don't think I am.
Guys, that took about 90 minutes. When my guide said we'll be here for 90 minutes, I did think that's a bit long, but somehow it took 90 minutes. That was a good hike, bit hard on the knees. Why? Now we're gonna drive 25 minutes to the next stop. So let's get to today's topic. Cao Bang is further north than Giang, making it more remote, rural and mountainous. It shares a long border with China and it's off the beaten track. So the roads are less busy, there's less tours, less tourists, and the prices for things are generally cheaper, as some parts of the Giang loop does have tourist pricing, especially some of the towns like Dong Van. So we're just at the Vietnam-China border, and my guide just told me that village over there is actually in China. Let me zoom in. So that is China. Guys, we're gonna drive another half hour now to go get some lunch, then we're going to God's Eye Mountain. Not God's Eye, Angel Eye Mountain. The only reason I do 5 day, because I want to go Cao Bang and see these two. In Cao Bang, the stops are further apart, so the drives are much further, so you're going to be doing a lot more mileage and hours driving on the road. There were a lot less police checks in Cao Bang, and we drove much faster, 120 kilometers versus the 70 or 80 in Giang, and of course, I enjoyed the faster ride. Today's fine dining was mediocre, quite greasy, nothing special, but it was tasty. So we're just heading to Angel Eye Mountain now. It's a long drive, 90 minutes, let's go. The scenery is equally stunning in both. In Cao Bang, when you're on the main road, you're at the base of the mountain, whereas in Giang, you tend to be a bit further up the mountain. The main road you take in Cao Bang is in very good condition, and it's one big looping road, which makes for a nice drive. However, the side roads and shortcuts, especially the ones that you take to the stops, are not in the best condition. They do tend to have a bit of rubble in them, so beware. Yeah, so just to let you guys know, this is how a lot of the toilets are coming. So just be warned. And this one's extra bad, but as you can see, there's no soap. Not that you'd even want to wash your hands there. Side note, a lot of the toilets on the loop are not in the best conditions, so be prepared. I prefer the stops in Cao Bang. They're fewer and further between, but they felt more special, and there was usually an activity paired with them. But let's get back to the video for now. So that mountain was amazing. It exceeded my expectations. I think it's my favorite stop of the whole loop so far. It is beautiful. Just look at it. But yeah, now we're off to our homestay, and we're gonna have one stop off before the... Where are we stopping off before the homestay? Valley?
Valley.
A valley. This is another toilet. Last stop of the day, we're in Phonam. Beautiful view. We're gonna sit here, take in the scenery, then we're gonna go to our homestay. Off to the homestay now. Day's done. And then this happened. Oi. Oh. Oh. What's guys? Oi! Oi! Nearly broke down, but not today. Not today. Not gonna lie, I got nervous there for a second, but we pulled through in the end. I noticed a lot more livestock on the road in Cao Bang, especially coming up to the Angel Eye Mountain. There's livestock all over the loop, but in Cao Bang I noticed it a lot more. Now the question everyone's asking, Giang or Cao Bang? Here's my take. They may seem similar, but they offer two different experiences. Giang is better to meet new people, socialize and party. It's more beginner friendly with shorter rides and more frequent stops. However, groups can be hit and miss, and sometimes it does feel oversaturated and a bit curated. Cao Bang offers the better adventure. It's more raw and authentic. The rides are longer and the nature is more magnificent. However, it can feel quite isolated and it is quite quiet. So you might get lonely. Which one you prefer really does come down to you and what you value. You can always do both of them. I really enjoyed Cao Bang, but I don't regret doing either. We just got to our accommodation. As you can see, yeah, no comment. No comment, that's all I can say. Yeah, it's, yeah, this is dead. I'm not even gonna lie to you, this is mad. I don't even think there's a locker to put my stuff, so I'm gonna have to keep it there. Obviously, luckily, I keep all my valuables with me. Yeah, but today was the best day so far. We drove a lot, but it was on nice roads. We drove fast. We had a lot of good places to see. And yeah, it was just amazing. The Angel's Eye waterfall did not disappoint. That's probably the favorite stop I've had all the way here. The looping road, that was cool as well, with a little bit of trekking. Yeah, today was really good. And I'll check in with you guys at dinner.
Incredible.
We're staying right next to Bangkok Waterfalls, which means tomorrow when we go there, we don't have to go far. This was actually my favorite day on the loop so far, guys. I really enjoyed the Angel Eye Mountain. It was one of the main reasons I did do the loop. And it really didn't disappoint. Dinner was much better as well. Plenty of protein. I did end up moving to a private room. I really felt uncomfortable in that dormitory. Hey guys, today's been great. Best day so far. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. No, I'm over there. And China over there. Today's shaping out to be the best day of the trip so far.